Are we recording?
We are recording.
Delete.
I'd like to propose a toast.
Welcome to Wines and Dolls, a podcast where Chelsea and Emily wine and talk about musicals. Welcome.
Wine is a double entendre.
Cheers. These are plastic.
We need to get some glass cups.
Yeah, no, these are...
I had a snow globe cup that we elected not to use.
No, but we're going to use it. Well, you just didn't bring it downstairs or upstairs. Where are we?
It's upstairs.
Where are
We're trying a different studio space this time around.
We're laying in a bed.
We're in bed.
We're in bed.
I know it's your lifelong dream. Don't tell James.
Where did we go tonight, Emily?
Oh my gosh. We went to Johnny's Goldbrick
In the Heights.
Goldbrick Bar.
We're in Houston, by the way.
Where we were on Yale and...
Don't stalk us.
Something else.
Yale and 20s.
Chelsea's Wi-Fi is...
Don't. So Johnny's Goldbrick is doing a pop-up. You don't need tickets or anything like you do at some of the other pop-up, Christmas pop-ups. Pop-ups.
It's like Hot Pocket.
Hot Pocket. Christmas Pocket. Except
Christmas
better,
pocketed
better
Johnny's
stuff.
Gold Bar.
Justin
Ware.
Thanks, Justin, for being such a trooper.
Justin, I was like, yeah, the bartender, Justin. You are a champ.
He's a champ.
Yes.
He got us delicious drinks.
Delicious drinks.
Delicious. And then shots.
And then shots. And little rocket ships.
Little bitty rocket
And
ships.
You can see that on one of our highlights, I'm sure.
And it's in the
On our
story?
Insta you can follow us on Instagram at Wines and Dolls.
Yeah.
If you aren't already.
Yeah. What are you whining about?
What am I whining about? Oh my gosh. So last week was Thanksgiving.
Oh.
Yeah, Chelsea got I texted her. I'm like,
Oh my
I'm
God.
distraught.
Oh, Lord. That's right. You have the best wine.
Oh, it was so bad. I might start crying again. And I was
No.
like, I worked on our trailer, and I went from distraught to just weeping. So, I don't want to get sued by using their name. Okay.
So some unnamed
yeah.
airline.
That Jessica Vosk also bitched about on her Twitter, so you can
if
triangulate
Jessica
that.
Vosk can bitch about it. We can bitch about it.
It rhymes with
Poo-nighted.
Poo-nighted. So poo-nighted.
Poo-nighted schmearlines.
Schmearlines?
Schmearlines.
Gross. I have an ESA, and I'm going to admit some fault in this. I should have had Olive's papers in, but I just didn't. And so I purchased Olive's. Olive is a 20-pound wiener retriever.
She's adorable.
She's adorable. You can see her on Instagram at olivelou.hou. Anyway, so she's a little tiny, but she's a long dog.
Mm-hmm.
And so I purchased an in-cabin pet because I don't have her ESA stuff into United in time. So I show up to the airport, and they're like, your dog has to comfortably be able to turn around in her carrier. Okay, Olive can comfortably turn around in her carrier, but she's a bitchy dog. So
She doesn't want to do things.
So she doesn't want to do
set
it.
in her ways.
And
She's
then
like,
it's this woman who was in terminal, I think C. She didn't even give me the chance. She was just like, you're not cooperating. You're blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, what?
Wait, a passenger?
No, the woman who was checking us in.
Oh, God.
She was, and it was just, I mean, I get it, but she was being such a, I used a different word, but I'm not going to use it on the podcast. First of all, she was being a bitch, but it's the next letter.
Oh,
she's being that.
Oh, she's being a see you next Tuesday.
Yeah. Oh, she was so bad.
That
Okay, so
spells
eventually,
bad word. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay. I ended up leaving that terminal and going to a different terminal where they were very helpful. So out of the United.
Poo-nighted.
So Poo-nighted.
Schmearlines.
Oh my God. They had one bad egg in this whole day because the people in Terminal B were exceedingly helpful, and they put me on a later flight, and I took Olive home, but we never got her on the flight. So she had to go home,
baby.
and she had to, she was watched by our family friend, and everyone was really upset at Thanksgiving that Olive wasn't there. And I might start crying because it was very traumatic.
Don't cry.
Well,
It's in the past. She's
I know, they
forgiven
didn't
you,
let me-
I'm sure.
She pooped in the house today.
About.
So, that was my Thanksgiving
I'm
experience.
so proud of you.
I'm just like annoyed that I'm like, it's my freaking emotional. I like needed some sort of emotional support.
Aww.
Like just for like having to go through everything that happened that day, I needed emotional support for that.
And she's your
She's my
emotional
ESA,
support
exactly.
dog.
Oh my god, I wept. I wept, I think, from like 6 a.m. Till 9 p.m.
Wow.
Like, I was in Chicago still weeping on Wednesday.
Aww.
Like, a lot of tears. A lot of makeup down the face.
You made it though.
I made it. We made it out the other end.
That's fine. That's a
So,
poop shoot.
Olive also doesn't do anything, which like she sits on the plane and she sits in your lap and she'll stare at you. She doesn't bark, she doesn't lick, she doesn't approach people. She's just
poops
there.
in your house.
She'll poop in my house because she's pissed.
No, she's not pissing. She's pooping.
Anyways,
I'm funnier with mine.
I was gonna make that joke, but I'm too pissy to do it.
The only reason I'm making that joke is because James is downstairs and he'll be very upset if I don't take the opportunity.
You're welcome, James.
You're welcome.
Hope you're enjoying your video game.
Enjoy your. Oh yeah, he's playing video
In
games.
the glow of his.
I put up Christmas lights in the bedroom.
Don't get too excited.
I am really excited because I am a Christmas elf. We decorated for Christmas all this week, and my roommate Celeste is amazing. We live in this beautiful townhome, which I don't know how I'm
I like
so
how
lucky
we
to live
graduated
here.
from calling it an apartment. It is
It's
a townhome.
now
It took
because
3
you
weeks, but we're
corrected
here.
me. You corrected me for 3 weeks, so it's a townhome.
I think next week's episode might say apartment again.
Anyway, we have a very large, like 10-foot tree, and then we have a small baby tree, which is mine, which is like 9 foot. Which I told my
your
mom.
height. It's
Or no,
like you guys. It's
6 foot.
proportional with your guys' heights.
Yeah, because Celeste is much taller than I am.
Yeah, like correlates.
Yeah, it's got all my special ornaments on it, and I was like,
all the owls.
all the owls. I have a lot of owls. I have Christmas ornaments from like, you know, when I was a baby. Some Christmas ornaments from my mom, and oh god, I'm trying to burp. It's
Is
not
that what
happening.
you're whining about?
No, I'm not whining about Christmas. This is like my favorite time of year, but I will whine about church season right now.
It's paying rent.
Don't get. It's paying my rent.
I love the handle memes that are like,
Church pays rent.
like
Is that what you're saying?
yeah, like the
Is that a
Messiah.
meme?
Yeah,
Really?
have you not seen that? Like the Messiah is like, you bitch about singing Hallelujah, but I'm paying the rent.
Man, hallelujah.
It's like a
chorus.
picture of like Handel being like, you're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Handle. Anyway, I had church. I had to be there at 7:30 in the morning because I do 3 services, and I'm the assistant to the worship pastor guy. Anyway, so had my first service. It was great. Second service, contemporary, rocked the house. Third service, great. Peaced out early. Went to my callback. Waited around for a while because there were like 20 other people there for this specific role that I was called back for. That I have waited around for 2 months to go.
Oh yeah, they called you back a long time ago.
Dude.
Yeah.
The first round of auditions were in October. Anyway, I'm not like bitter or anything because like it'd be great if I got this show. That'd be fantastic. I haven't heard yet, so I'm like just in that process of waiting for
You might be
the
waiting
email.
a while, to be totally honest.
you know what? Maybe that's what I'm complaining about. Instead of like my very long Sunday, I'm complaining about theaters that audition 6 months in advance for a show and then don't tell you until right before the show starts.
Hashtag film.
Hashtag film.
Film notes like the audition. It
you
goes
know what?
audition 1 week.
Hashtag
You get a call back the next
be
week.
considerate.
Yeah, well, it's a little different because you literally, it's like
no, I get it.
the whole thing is like
That's
happens
why
within 2 weeks.
I can't audition for film because I just don't have a schedule that allows me to do that. I just can't do that. Like my chiropractor, he's an actor and he's like, oh yeah, my wife is awesome. They're a husband and wife team. They're amazing. Bruce is a chiropractor, but he's like, yeah. My wife Kelsey, she'll just step in whenever I have a something up in Austin, a film audition or whatever up in Austin or whatever, and I can just go for the day. I'm like, well, good for you. I can't do that.
I mean, James can't teach bells.
I mean, literally anybody could teach bells.
I don't think I
But
can teach bells.
Actually, okay, no, you can. If you can wave your arms around, you can teach bells.
Oh, good.
But
I can do that.
here's the thing. During that Sunday rehearsal that I had, I came back for cantata rehearsal after my audition, after that callback, and we were missing some players, some very, very important parts. And I was like, oh, well, this is a very important part. So I jumped up there. I'm like, yeah, I can read bells. Sure. 4 bells. Why not? Sure. It was an A flat, a B, and a B flat. Couldn't do it. I was so embarrassed. I was like, I'm sorry. I swear to God, I know how to read music.
Yeah.
All of the parts are highlighted. I have so much respect for you guys. I felt so embarrassed. I couldn't play to save my life.
Well, it's not like you can sit there. Like, you have to pick up the bell.
Yeah.
And then you have to count out somebody else's part, and then you have to play the bell for your part.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
it's
this is
like
a cantata. There's like 16,000 measures that you wait before you ring a bell.
Yeah.
It was a lot of counting, and I was like, I can't do this.
It's kind of like the bassoonist, and I think it's
Yes.
in Handel, where in Messiah, where like it has like one note, and then it comes back at the end.
Oh yeah, we have a harpist in our cantata, and he's like counting to save his life. I'm like, you get it, Rupert. He's from London. His name's Rupert.
I love the
can't
name
do
Rupert.
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 Rupert. Yeah, he introduced himself. He's like, I'm Rupert. With his harp. And I was like, oh, I'm Chelsea.
He did
He's
it
like,
with his harp.
He did. And I was like, I'm Chelsea. He's like, oh, your team lost the other night. Except in a very nice British voice. Your team lost the other night. Please don't hire me for doing a British voice.
Isn't it British
I can
always
do a
like the
German.
default?
German accent. This
Oh
is
my
my
gosh, you
German.
just said hi.
Just said I love you. Just
My
said I have a
friend Nick
loogie.
is like screaming at us. Though whenever I talk to him, I'm always like,
Yeah,
my-
you just
my
said
friend
hi.
Nick. Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
Bitches.
Okay, that's enough whining for us. Hey, Chelsea,
Hey, Emily.
what are we talking about today?
I don't. Oh my God, we're talking about Christmas.
Christmas.
Elf.
And Elf the
Elf.
musical.
Raise your hand if you love
It's
Elf
a story
the movie.
of Bunny the Elf.
Elf.
The story of Bunny the Elf.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you, Emily.
Huh.
I've never heard the music from Elf.
Oh my gosh. Well, I have a lot to tell you about it.
I'm ready. Do I need to start?
But you are starting.
ready?
This
Okay.
is Chelsea will be doing Le Background.
The background from the Wikipedia.
From literally source
I-
Wikipedia.
Okay, so let's see. Elf, Le Musical.
Little musical.
Le Musical. It was workshopped in 2009 and officially opened for limited holiday engagement at the Al Hirschfeld Theater on Broadway on November 14th, 2010. I'm literally just reading Le Wikipedia right now. So Casey Nicola was the director.
Yeah, Nicola.
Yeah. The final performance. So they went from November 14th. Previews started November 2nd. They went from November 14th, 2010 to January 11th after 15 previews and 57 regular performances. That is not a lot.
January 2nd?
January 2nd. Didn't I say that?
You said January 11th.
You know what? January 2nd, 2011, after a run of 15 previews and 57 regular
Into the new decade.
performances.
Why did you go?
2011?
Yeah, the new decade was like end of 2010 into 2011.
I guess so, yeah.
I guess it would have started in 2010
my
as the
God.
new decade. I don't know how that
That's
works.
when I was graduating college. Shut up. I'm old, okay? Anyway, for all of you who graduated 2010, yes, we're old together. Anyway, a Broadway cast recording was released on November 1st. And leading the original cast was Wicked and Jersey Boy star Sebastian Arcelus.
Ourselves. Who was he in Wicked?
That's a great
Let's
question.
find out.
You know what? We're going to
I'm gonna
find
look.
out.
I feel like he would have been a Bach or a Fiero.
Because
Because those are definitely... I do have a friend who was called back for both. So I know he's called back for Bach and Figaro, and I'm just like, I feel like those are very. Oh, he played Figaro.
There was North American tours in 2012, 2013, 14, and 16. Something interesting. Let's see. There was a Broadway revival, 2012 to 2013. Apparently, people don't want to see musicals, not movies. People do not want to see musicals about Christmas when it's not Christmas time. What's up with that?
What?
I love Christmas all the time. Anyway, so
We'll talk about
when
that
they opened on the Broadway revival in 2012, 2013, there was a new opening apparently. The West End production was 2015, 2016 at the Dominion Theater. Had a 10-week run. So again, very short runs. They broke box office records at the Al Hirschfeld for the Thanksgiving weekend, the very first time that the opening in 2010, 2011. They broke box office records of people coming and buying tickets to see a show at that theater. So this is obviously, this musical is based around the movie with, what's his face? Will Ferrell. And what's her face? With the bangs.
Zooey Deschanel.
Zooey Deschanel.
Who used to be my lookalike.
I love your bangs, Zoe.
Thanks.
Wait, where are your bangs?
They're grown out right now.
Can you cut them?
I'm going to actually get them cut this week.
Oh, yay.
Also, my hair is
God, I
pink.
haven't had a haircut in so long. Okay.
Oh my god.
There's
We're a
also-
mess tonight.
There's a limited UK national tour in 2017, apparently.
I think I did know about that one because it was Ben
Yeah.
Forster, who I follow.
Eric Gratton is Buddy, with direction by Sam Scalamoni, choreography by Connor Gallagher.
This is really interesting. This Aurora, the Paramount Theater in Aurora.
Mm-hmm.
Due to several potty words, the show at the Paramount Theater in Aurora, Illinois, in late November 2017 was changed from a rating of G to PG.
Really?
With Paramount saying it should have been PG from the beginning. At the time, it was near breaking the theater's attendance records. It's also played in Boston.
Damn, Illinois.
That doesn't shock me. Aurora. It's
don't know
just
Aurora.
outside. It's just outside Chicago. It's between Pontiac, which Route 66 goes through, and Chicago. I lived in Illinois for a while.
Are they prudes?
I'm not gonna say because then everyone's gonna be mad at me. I wanted to watch this TV adaptation and I could not find it.
There was
last
a
night.
2014 NBC broadcast, which I'd never heard about, stop motion animated adaptation of the musical entitled Elf.
It was based on
Buddy's
musical.
Musical Christmas.
Mhm.
And it featured the voices of Jim Parsons as Buddy, Mark Hamill as Walter, Ed Asner reprising his film role as Santa, Garfunkel and Oates as Kate, Micucci as Jovi. Why didn't I hear about this? Rachel McFarlane as Emily.
That's why I wanted
Max
to watch it. It
Charles
was
as
Rachel.
Michael. I don't know Gilbert Gottfried. No, Gilbert Gottfried. I know Gilbert Gottfried as Mr. Greenway, and Jay Leno as the leader of the fake Santas. Why didn't I know about this?
I know. I tried to watch it and I could not find it anywhere.
If you
It said
have-
it was
if
on
you find
Amazon
it-
and it was not.
Lies.
We
They
could
sit on a
rent it.
throne of lies.
That's from the movie.
I'm really excited to find out more about this musical. I'm sure it's just as great as the movie. I love the movie. Like, I just watched the movie
who
last
doesn't
night.
love the movie? I remember the movie came out and a parent told my parents, they're like, don't watch it with your kids.
Really?
Don't watch it. And it's because of the whole, like, Santa isn't real thing.
Well, it looks like there's not a whole lot of deviation from...
Oh, you're looking...
Yeah, like, from the movie into the plot, there's not a whole lot of deviation, right? There's, like, some minor changes.
It's like some minor changes which you're like... I don't know. I was like, there's a couple of things I riot about, but that's just me.
Oh, I'm ready for it.
You ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready to tell us
I'm ready.
about
Oh,
Elf?
yeah. I can tell you about the plot, but do you need more wine before we do that?
I do. I need to get on the naughty list.
And we're going to pour some more wine.
Emily, are you ready to tell us about Elf the Musical? I'm ready for it.
Chelsea, are you ready to listen about Elf the Musical?
I might.
You might.
Yeah.
You might check Facebook a little
I
bit.
might check
I was
Facebook.
watching her check her Facebook
Instagram.
messages.
It was
and
Instagram.
you were Instagram. We were Instagramming a lot this
I
evening.
have a lot of information that's
We
going
have a
on
lot of
right
things
now.
going on. Okay.
Yeah.
Elf the Musical.
Elf.
It's the story of Buddy, the elf.
The elf.
Something in some key that I'm not singing in. So I like doing first impressions.
What's your first impression?
Because I actually saw Elf the Musical at Queensberry in December of last year, of 2018.
I didn't see that, but Marco Camacho was the cutest elf.
He was so cute, Marco. Marco's like 6 foot 13.
20,000. He's a very tall
Very
man.
tall, and he has dark hair, and they dyed it red.
He's so
He
cute.
was so cute.
Joe, you're adorable.
And the Jovi they cast was like, she's like your height. She's like 5'4".
Who's their Jovi?
Shania.
Oh, Shania.
Yeah.
She and I
Yeah.
were twinsies.
She sounds like the recording.
She's very
So
talented.
yeah, so I saw the Queensberry in December 2018.
Holland was
was Deb.
Deb. Yeah. Oh my God, perfect. Love that.
Yeah, Deb in the musical is a much bigger role, or yeah, she's much bigger than in the movie, and
Which I
she's
love.
like an alcoholic. She's hilarious. She's kind of the comic relief in the world of comic relief.
Love that.
So she's the relatable character.
She's the me.
She's the me.
She's the us.
She's the yeah. Anyways, first impression. Going back to that. So yeah, so I saw it in December of 2018. So I think they used the same. They did use the same doublings, the cast doublings that they used in the West End, 2015. So in the original Elf, they had somebody playing Santa and they had somebody playing Greenway. But when it moved over to the UK, they made it so Greenway and Santa are combined, which I feel like is some sort of like hell, because there's a quick change in Act 2, which is unbelievable. Also, so I texted Chelsea when we decided to do Elf, and I was listening to the overture, and I texted her, I go, what kind of Christmassy bullshit is this?
You ready?
So the overture, yeah, you
Wanna
can go
hear
ahead and play it.
Here, I'll play a little. Yeah. That's fun.
So the overture, I literally was like, I texted her and I'm like, what? It sounds like Christmas just vomited. Also, this is the overture though for the original Broadway cast, so the one that was released in 2011. So they actually, I think they changed the overture for later.
Yeah,
is that what you said?
2012 was a different
So they
overture.
changed the overture, but this one, it sounds like they literally, you know those memes. So like we put all these scripts into an automation to make the perfect love story, and here's the story that spit out. That's what this overture is. They literally put all of Christmas music in the world into this into some sort of generator, and it popped out that where Christmas vomited on all of us. Also, when I was trying to look up Buddy's Musical Christmas on Amazon, the first result was Mozart in the Jungle.
Ooh.
I feel like you should know that.
I'm excited about that. I've actually never seen that movie, but I'm really excited.
We're gonna find it. Also, my sources are Wikipedia and this new. I was so excited to find this guide to musicaltheater.com.
Oh.
Yeah, it was fantastic. So, because Wikipedia doesn't really have the plot, they're like, here's the
No, they
differences from the
don't.
movie. They don't really talk about like what actually happens in the musical.
So what happens?
So here
Oh, no.
is what happens. So my notes are based on the 2010 Broadway performance, but I've added notes about the revival and then based on what I saw. So yeah, it spit out the perfect Christmas song is what the overture, and it sets up for the rest of the show, which is literally like the generation of perfect Christmas music. So we open on Act 1. And this is when I remember like watching it and being like, because it's like starts with Santa and he's the narrator instead of Papa Elf. That's one of the big differences is Papa Elf doesn't even make an appearance
What?
in the music. I know, Riot. Ugh. So Santa's like, he comes
Riot.
in, Riot. He comes in and he's literally, the only reason he's telling you the story, because get this, his football game was recorded over on TiVo. Because Santa watches football on TiVo. I feel like that's a very 2010 reference.
Ew.
It being almost 2020, 10 years ago, remember TiVo?
No.
So he starts like telling the story, literally called the Christmas story of Buddy the Elf. And he starts to tell the story about how the orphan crawls into his bag. This is interesting. So in the story, he doesn't say this happened 30 years ago like they do in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, he just says it happened like a few years ago. So he doesn't really specify a time. So it makes it so any actor who's playing Buddy can play him at any age.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that interesting? So they also have like Elf Jr. So I imagine that's...
Oh, that's a moneymaker.
Yeah, money. So, so the elves raise him, and this is another funny thing I wrote down. So there was a elf in the movie called Ming Ming,
Oh.
and now the elves in the show are called Charlie, who's the shop manager, and Schwanda.
Schwanda.
Charlie and Schwanda.
Wait, is Ming Ming no longer in
So
it?
no Ming Ming.
From the movie, he was my favorite.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't he the Ralphie, like the guy who played Ralphie?
Was he?
Yeah, so the kid who played Ralphie in A Christmas Story is in Elf the Musical.
I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah. He's one of the elves. I think it is Ming Ming.
So Ming Ming didn't make the cut.
Didn't make the cut. You know, once you like get rid of Ralphie. Elfie,
Yeah.
Ralphie. Yeah.
Oh
yeah, that's Ralphie.
It is.
Yeah.
We checked it on the Google.
We'll post a picture.
His name is Peter
Here's the
Billingsley.
picture. Peter
So-
Billingsley.
Peter Billingsley.
Yes.
I will
Anyways.
copy that now.
So, also, side note, Buddy's name we talked about was William, which is interesting.
Yeah, William.
I know. I think this feels like that. I don't know, maybe that was his intent name. They
William.
don't really talk about it.
They
Like, I
call
don't remember
people
the talking about
William
it in music.
Bob, right?
Yeah.
Or
I don't know.
I don't know.
Buddy. There's a thing.
His name's not
Anyways,
William.
Charlie's
Whatever.
busting everyone's ass because they're like, need to work harder because they don't have enough Christmas cheer because people suck. And so, the song that comes on is, it is Happy All the Time.
That's my life.
After wine. But
After
in
wine.
the original Broadway cast, it was actually Christmas Town. So if you listen to the soundtrack, it's Christmas Town.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Christmas Town talks more about, it's like more Buddy and how he's never met a human and how he'd be so excited and how they must be so sad because they're not elves. But I remember in Happy All the Time, it was less about Buddy and more about making the toys. Like he was there.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, I don't know. It was a long time ago. I just remember there was a long line of elves making toys. We'll see. Maybe in Tuts, that's what they're doing.
Maybe.
We're going to find out when we go and see it. So anyway, Charlie ends up spilling the beans about Buddy being a human after Buddy has fallen behind, and he tells him to go take a break. So a lot of the famous movie lines are repeated, if I remember correctly. Also, half my notes I took when I was drunk, and the other half I was took after a nap. So we're gonna see if
Like it's basically the same.
see how this goes. Anyways, Buddy freaks the fuck out. So Santa has to come in and clean up Charlie's mess, right? And at that point, he actually reveals that Buddy's mom is dead. Spoiler alert! And
what a great Christmas!
I know, and I mean, it's
musical.
almost like it's a Disney movie. and
You
they
should let it go
into the
no.
That's what Betty's about to do, though.
We just broke your.
We did a little
computer
bit. Sorry. My eyes were trying to slowly shut.
Oh shoot! It's almost 10.
Anyways, so he reveals that Walter, Buddy's dad, is on the naughty list. Oh, by the way, Santa's checking his list on
An iPhone.
on an iPhone.
I saw that.
You
on
saw that on my notes.
Wikipedia.
Oh, yeah,
No,
he's
on
checking it
Wikipedia.
on an iPhone. Anyways, Buddy sets off for New York and to go find his dad, and he sings "World's Greatest Dad." And Santa, actually, I love this. Santa, he's like, okay, have fun traveling to New York for the North Pole all by yourself. Here's a snow globe. That's
Well,
it.
that happens in the movie.
Yeah, but he just gives him snow globes. Like,
He
all he has
doesn't
to
say anything
defend
about the don't eat gum underneath.
I don't remember.
If you see it on the street.
I didn't get the script. I was
Lord.
trying to get the script to read it.
No,
but
I understand. I get you.
I
Ugh.
have other scripts, but I tried to get that one. Yeah.
It's like
I
if you
talked
see
to-
a peep show, it doesn't mean early Christmas presents.
It means you're gonna see boobies.
It means boobs. But he doesn't tell That
Chrysanthemum.
comes into something you talk about later. Okay, go ahead.
Not literally at the end. We'll talk about that.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, scene change. Yeah, we go into we're at Walter's office, where he's bitching to his wife. Walter is such a little dick.
Is he?
He's such a prick. Yeah.
Why was he a prick?
He's such a
Well, I
prick.
mean,
Well,
he was
he's high
before.
stress, but he's bitching to his wife about, like, and his son. He's like, hey, wife, hey, son, I hate Christmas. So he sings In the Way. It's pretty much talking about, like, Christmas always gets in the way. But then Deb, as I said, Deb is, like, a bigger role in the musical in the way that she's usually more memorable. Because she's funny and drunk. And, of course, you remember the drunk person.
Of course. Y'all gonna
Also,
remember us.
I want to play her. It's like Loki.
Right?
Loki, like the god.
This is like... Did you steal my joke?
No, I did. I was
Is this a full circle
so
joke
when we were at
stealing?
the bar, I said low key, I want to do something, and then she goes like low key, like the god, and I
Like the Norse
stopped
god.
talking because I knew I say it
She rolled her eyes so hard.
so hard.
And now she's making the joke.
because I knew I had it in my notes.
On her
and I literally
podcast.
was like low key.
Stop.
I use that phrase all the time, so now I can't do it without
Stop.
thinking about Thor.
Oh my god.
I mean, if Loki wants to come here.
It's like, whatever. It's fine.
Anyways, Buddy
Okay.
is announced as a Christmasgram, like in the movie, and declares he's Walter's son,
Yep.
equally as awkward as it was in the movie. But Buddy doesn't get taken to jail like he
What?
does in... Does he get taken to jail right after that in the movie? No, he just gets kicked out. Security takes him and kicks him out. But in the musical, security takes him literally to Macy's. Not Gimbel's, but Macy's. Again, boo. Boo. Gimbel's was such a cute name, but it's Macy's. And so...
Wait, so they don't use gimbals?
No.
In the
it's
musical.
Macy's. I feel like Macy had some sort of like buyout during the parade.
Yeah, I feel like that's a... Alright. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what? In money...
Believe!
In musicals, you go where the money is. If Macy's is like, hey, we'll give you some money to put us in your musical, you'd be like, all right. So anyway, I bet you
anyways.
Macy's was like, yeah, we want to be a part of your musical.
They're like, okay, you can be what Gimbel's is supposed to be.
yeah.
Unless, like, the guy, whoever they named Gimbel's after, did not,
He didn't approve.
He didn't produce the
No,
musical.
look, I've been to New York. I've searched for gimbals. It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist.
They also had
really
to, in the
disappointed.
movie, you know, that was like, Santa, not Santa, that guy. They had
Yeah.
to go and find that man
Really?
and get him to, like, approve that they could use that in the movie. Because, yeah, because I think they just let Will Ferrell do whatever the fuck he wanted in the movie.
That's pretty much any Will Ferrell movie.
Which Will Ferrell is an artist.
You know the movie Step Brothers?
I haven't seen it.
I've never seen it either, but I saw it the other day on Netflix. It was like there, and I was like, oh, Step Brothers, is that okay of a movie? And James was like, they basically improv the entire movie. And I'm like, oh, that sounds very Will Ferrell.
It's
okay.
so Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
So the manager at Macy's, like in the movie, he thinks that Buddy is an employee. And all the employees are really pissy because they're having to decorate for Christmas. And they're extra pissy because this, like, new quote-unquote employee, he is overly happy. Because he's like, everything Christmas! Yay! And everyone's like, fuck this. Anyway, so he sings, it's like super califragilistic. It's a lot of sparkle, jolly, twinkle, jingly. It shouldn't be.
And it's Buddy singing or what?
It's him kind of like corralling the group.
I love that.
Yeah. Sparkle, jolly, twinkle, jingly.
Hold on. Sparkle,
Sparkle?
jolly, twinkle, jingly.
Give the world a holiday that's bright as can be. Make it sparkle, jolly, twinkle, jingly.
So he gets all the employees in on it. Yeah. See what I mean by, like, Christmas vomit is this musical? Anyways, so he's talking about that. But, of course, here comes in our beloved Jovi.
Yeah.
Finally, she makes some sort of minuscule appearance.
You know why she's named Jovi, right?
No.
Jovi Yule. Jovi Yule. Yule. Jovi. I didn't get the joke until I did a show where one of the characters was named Yule.
Okay.
I was named Candy Can, and he was named Jovial. Anyway,
I thought it was
Jovi.
going to be something about, like, a dove.
No.
Because whenever I see Jovi, I think of doves.
Why?
I don't know.
Anyway.
So, yeah, Jovi finally makes some sort of appearance. Literally, like, she's like, hi, I'm Jovi. Everything sucks. Sings a song. And then she's there. But she does tell Buddy that... Because he asked her out, of course. Because he doesn't know.
Because his mouth swells, his tongue swells up when he talks to her, and his heart beats real fast.
Yeah.
And he likes her.
So she agrees to go on a date with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that happens. And then they go into the next day, and our favorite scene in the movie, fake Santa shows up. Fanta.
Oh my God.
Don't you want to... I hate that. You came up with that.
I didn't even
part
think about it.
Fanta. Fake Santa.
I'm so much more clever when I've been drinking.
TM. We trademarked that. So Santa is at the store. I wrote, Santa is at the story.
Yeah.
I struggled. Shocking, not the real Santa, and Buddy has a conniption fit.
And he says, you sit on a throne of lies.
Mm-hmm.
Does he sing it?
No.
No. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Disappointing.
But he does, the police end up, I guess that's when he gets arrested in the movie, but instead of getting arrested, the police call Walter's apartment. So Emily and Michael are at Walter's apartment. So we transition into the apartment. And they're working on Michael's science project. And so when Buddy shows up, of course it's awkward, but he offers to help Michael with his project if they will write a letter to Santa.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And so that's
Is that the song Nobody Cares About Santa?
Actually, no, it's the I'll Believe in You song.
Oh.
And they're writing about something they've never gotten. So they're asking Santa for something they've never gotten, which is quality time. This is so sad. Quality time.
Yeah.
With Walter.
Oh.
I know, right? So, Buddy, who is an elf, raised as an elf, he's able to fix the science project. And so the fam is like, yeah, you're the best, when Walter walks in. So Emily is like, well, Buddy should stay here. So he ends up staying at the apartment, in which case Emily actually reveals, so in the musical, Emily is the one who gets the DNA test done. So in the way reprise, she reveals that she had a DNA test, that she got both their hairs and sent it off, and very important, FedEx brings it. So FedEx, FD-dubs, talk about like product placement. So Christmas time.
Well, let's see. We've got Macy's. We've got FedEx.
She finds out, when they all know that Buddy's Walter's son, she's like, well, you gotta take him to work because I have my own career to focus on and I got a meeting today.
That's right, girl power.
I know. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, the next scene, transition, and heading into almost the intermission. They go to, this is kind of the climax, of course, it's right before intermission. So, they're at the office, and Buddy, I wrote in my notes when I was drunk, he put his balls away. JK, he's been wearing shorts. Because I'm hilarious. But now he's in a suit. So he goes to work with Walter and he sings Just Like Him. Mm-hmm. He wants to be like his dad. And there's some funny quips that Deb does. And she introduces Buddy to the almighty shredder that makes snow. So paper shredders make snow.
See, your accent, whatever accent. Yeah, I heard shredder.
Shredder?
What is a shredder?
Snow.
Oh, you mean a shredder. Gotcha.
What'd I say?
Shredder.
Shredder. That was a Texas accent.
I'm Texan. Born and raised. I'd never say shredder.
I moved a lot, so
we don't make snow with a shredder.
Shut up. I was born in Pennsylvania. I lived in the Midwest for a while, and I also lived in the South Southeast for a while, and I lived in London for a while.
Her articulators are very confused.
They're very confused.
For those of you who don't know what that is,
sometimes you just have some struggles with talking.
Teeth, tongue, and lips. Those are your articulators.
Oh, mine are lazy.
Yeah, they are.
Anyway, so he sings Just Like Him. There's the shredder. So Buddy's like, snow! And making snow. in the shredder. The shredder. Walter's boss actually shows up, Mr. Greenway, who is, I wrote cleverly, but also not so cleverly doubled with Santa Claus. Circa 2015. Drunk Emily is really something else sometimes.
All the time.
So Greenway shows up, who doubles as Santa in nowadays productions. He's going to fire Walter if he doesn't come up with a bestseller.
Just like in the movie.
Yeah, but Buddy also just feeds into the fire. And so Walter's trying to find a bestseller. Meanwhile, Buddy goes on a date because he's ever so helpful. And it goes into this, like, at Queensberry, it was a ice rink. I mean, it's usually an ice rink. So it's an ice rink, and they have this little immaculate little date scene.
Did they do the coffee thing? Mm-mm. The world's best coffee?
Not that I remember now. No, I know.
God, I love that scene.
Because it's the musical itself is only like an hour and like 15 minutes long, maybe.
Okay.
It's really short because they have to, it's mostly for kids.
The kids don't care about the world's crappiest cup of coffee.
No. So they went into, like, it's kind of like how Disney musicals are pretty quick. Mm-hmm. You know, they talk really fast.
Right. They don't talk about,
they
like, the genocide
so fast,
within some of the things that happen in Disney.
No.
Yeah,
they're like, no, they want to go
Pocahontas
ice skating.
Yeah, ice skating. Okay, cool.
So Buddy and Joby, like, are going ice skating. So it's not going great because Joby no likey Christmas. That's what I wrote.
Joby no to likey Christmas.
Joby no likey Christmas, and she's dating. I go, Joby no likey Christmas, and she's dating Christmas vomit incarnate.
Joby no likey Christmas.
I'm like, Christmas vomit incarnate. I don't know what that means.
Jack the Horse of
Anyways, they end up singing a Christmas song, which is what the song is called.
Christmas song. Okay, cool.
A Christmas. It goes, let's sing a Christmas song. Da 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 da. I don't know all the words. Da da da. Something like that.
Oh, and there's a reprise of it later.
Oh yeah, we'll
get
to that. Hey, don't ruin it. Anyway, so yeah, the date ice skating. Usually
Just
productions
like
will do roller
else.
skates, and they're coupley. I wrote a note. Something that bothers the shit out of me in musicals, and I don't see it so much in, like, Broadway and professional productions, but sometimes it's when the couples, like ensemble couples, change couples.
Oh,
like
yeah.
halfway through, even if they're different characters.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. We know what their face looks like, and it annoys the shit out of me because I'm like,
I never pay
I as a
attention.
human can figure out who's cheating ass bitches.
That's true. No.
So, well,
I mean, we do look for, because we're actors, we know.
I know, it just annoys me. So
I don't care. I'm like, you get it. Okay.
that's just one thing. Something to keep in mind for all your future directing jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your couples consistent.
It's true, because it makes us angry.
So they're being coupley and whatnot. But Buddy promises, Joby's like pissy about Christmas because it's never perfect. So it sounds like she's a little bit
Type A?
Yeah, type A.
What does Christmas
Not
need
that
to
there's
be to
anything
be
wrong
perfect?
with the type A, but she wants
No,
a
I'm
perfect
type A
Christmas.
sometimes.
And so Buddy promises her a real Christmas and a dinner at Tavern on the Green, important, and on Christmas Eve. And so she's always wanted to eat at Tavern on the Green on Christmas Eve and it be snowing. Spoiler alert, the promise is broken because promises are made to be broken.
How can you control the weather, though?
Yeah, but they kiss.
Oh,
But that's a good question. I'm gonna bring it up in a minute. So quick transition back to the office. So nightmare for tech. Yeah, right. You just like move everything as like a whole unit to the wings back and forth. But Walter, he has this manuscript that's gonna save his career. But it's no Peter Dinklage. Is that how you pronounce his name? Dinklage.
Yeah, Dinklage.
Yeah, he's not in it, unfortunately. I know.
Ruined.
I know. It's so sad. But anyways, Buddy appears to inform everyone he is in love. And as Walter is giving a pep talk to the coworkers, Buddy starts to make snow. He starts to make snow with
the shredder.
manuscript. The only copy of the manuscript
Oh my god.
that is going to save Walter's career.
Oh no.
So I like totally get where Walter's coming from when he had the big blow up, because he has a huge blow up at Buddy. He's like, I don't want you in my life. I don't want you to decide. You know, in the movie. You know, he shouldn't maybe have said that. But
Yeah, like the movie, he's a little overdramatic.
anyways, so Buddy laments in World's Greatest Dad reprise. And he's like, I cannot be the world's greatest son. And it comes in with a great chorus that rings in the intermission. That used to be I'll Believe in You reprise, but they changed it to World's Greatest Dad reprise.
World's Greatest Dad.
Right
Yep,
there, number
I
10.
see it. Number 10.
There it is. And then we have intermission.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm
much
just going to
just
tell you
happened.
guys, there are 17 songs in this show. Intermission comes at 10.
Mm-hmm.
10.
10. Their songs are really like, it's like it really is like, tells the story. I'm giving you the extra detail.
This is the exclusive.
Act 2. We had a wonderful intermission just now.
Double.
Double. So Santa finally makes a reappearance.
Santa!
I know, real Santa.
I know him.
Because he's been Greenway, so I think it's funny because I'm like, he's kind of like Lady in the Lake. So when they did the original cast, he just came in for Act 1, Scene 1, and then never came back until Act 2. So that's, I'm like, I see why they doubled it to
Yeah.
save a little bit of money. So they don't have to pay that equity.
Sure.
Anyway, so they have real... I know,
Man.
right? So real Santa shows up. He's like, yeah, that was everything that happened. But Act 2 is where shit hits the fan. And I mean, shit's kind of already hit the fan. But for the Santa actor,
We're
shit
talking about,
is going to hit the fan.
We're talking
'cause-
like Indian food shit hitting the fan. Like explosive
yeah,
diarrhea.
explosive diarrhea.
That's, okay,
It's just like this is. I was like, yeah, I guess, yeah, I guess it's
yesterday.
like, you know, putting the stuff in the shredder was kind of like the Indian food, that initial like. But now we have everything extra that the bidet is really helping out with. That's disgusting. We're disgusting.
Sorry,
So
I had
grossed
Indian
out.
food for lunch yesterday.
So you had explosive diarrhea. Now we know about Chelsea's bowel movements.
One tiki masala away from my goal weight.
It's not healthy. Anyways, going back to the show. Act 2. So the timestamp is Christmas Eve. So a lot's about to happen in a very short amount of time. So Buddy, he's actually, like, it opens, so Santa's like, now we're back to the story. Put your phones away. And
Which is
you need to
necessary.
put your phones away. But Buddy is in a Chinese restaurant after leaving the apartment with, like, a note. And
Poor Buddy.
and in the Chinese restaurant is a whole bunch of fake Fantas, and fake elves.
Felves and Fantas.
I mean, they're elves and felves. Well, Santa, I don't know, whatever. And they're bitching about Christmas and children during Christmas and kids these days.
do they even whine? I feel like I relate to them.
I know. I was like, same.
I like this part.
I know.
Same.
You have been an elf for like
Yes.
bitchy children.
Really?
Anyway, so the cues. This is probably one of my favorite numbers that I saw performed, and it's this little dance number with all like the fake Santas called "Nobody Cares About Santa Claus," and they did like a cane dance. And it's a whole bunch of Santa Clauses
Can I
dancing.
play it?
It's kind of like the Radio City Rockettes. Like,
Can I play
you
it?
play it.
Oh. Sounds like Fiddler.
Used to.
Skip towards the end.
Oh.
But how can I fly when nobody cares about Santa Claus?
So
was
isn't that
cute.
kind of neat? It's really cute. There's like a dance portion that we skipped over.
We actually did the whole dance number
did,
in
you
this
missed
bedroom
it.
here.
It's because we're on podcast.
You can't see it, but we're really good dancers.
We move well.
Oh, God.
Um,
I don't move well.
anyways,
but, you
we
know.
talked about that last episode. Anyways, so Buddy, yeah, so they have that epic dance number, and they're like, yeah, everyone sucks. But then, oh man, he forgot about his date with Jovi.
Oh, my...
It's
no.
Christmas Eve. Yeah, remember
You're
that
kidding
promise
me.
that's meant
How
to be
can
broken?
you do that?
Because he's an elf, and he have, you know...
No, he's not. He's a human.
Well, there was a lot. So
he's a
he
man.
has more of a reason to be emotional. Not talk about like he is a very emotional man. He's a very emotional man.
So he should be in tune with his emotions.
He is, but it makes him forgetful because he's like, oh shit. Now, like, so yeah, so he was feeling a lot of things because his family was like, well, his dad was like, fuck you, and he ran away.
He
'cause
has way too many feelings right now.
A lot of feelings just happened, and so yeah, so he forgot about Jovi. So, pan to Jovi.
Aww.
Close on the TV, something. That's something Rent. That was a bad Rent reference.
Who's playing Jovi at Tuts right now? It's
I don't know.
I think it's
Oh, it's Raven.
Raven.
It's Raven.
Raven. We love you, Raven.
That's so Raven.
You're so Raven.
It's probably her whole growing up life. Was
Probably.
that song,
I'm
too.
so sorry. You're so Jovi.
You're so Jovi.
And, you know, the cute little bird in Seussical, too.
She was Gertrude in Susan.
Gertrude. You're adorable. We love you, Raven.
Actually, because she's... Anyways. Jovi, she finally has a moment all by herself on stage. I'm like, good. It's been a long-ass time since we've had a female on her stage.
God.
I just like, because I think
Life of
Emily
musical
has
theater.
something, but like, there hasn't... This is a very male-heavy show.
Like every other musical.
It's just a lot of...
We'll get
anyways,
into
and, like,
that
so
later.
finally Jovi comes in and it's just like, okay, now I can bitch, thank you, because she's had no time. So she's on stage and she's like, she sings a song, Never Fall in Love. And
Aw, she's protecting her heart.
She's protecting her, but it's... I didn't tell you the rest of the phrase.
I'm ready.
It's never fall in love with an elf. Which I feel like out of context might be a little racy.
God.
It's like...
Well, I wasn't intending on falling in love with an elf, but now I really won't.
So, God, how does that go? I feel like... Because it is,
Here, you want
it is the
you wanna
most
hear it?
musical, theater-y Christmas song in the entire world.
Okay.
Like, through her nose, sung.
I don't have it.
Never fall in love with an
Oh,
elf.
there it is. Let me skip ahead.
Through a Christmas song called Never Fall in Love with an elf.
So, yeah, it's pretty much that. And I think in the end, like, never fall in love. And then she goes up and belts some note through her nose.
Should do that at Broadway, except not through my nose.
It'd be a cute song for you.
We'll see.
Anyways, yeah, so Buddy shows up 2 hours late, and he gives Jovi, remember that snow globe at the beginning?
Yeah.
He gives Jovi the snow globe. Now, keep in mind,
Wait,
Jovi... Regifting. And he does it as an apology, but she's still pissy. But keep in mind, all she wanted for Christmas Eve was for it to snow.
Paper shredder. Paper shredder.
Close. Okay. No,
That's how you
not
say
correct.
shredder.
Not correct.
Okay.
So moving forward, we have Emily and Michael who are really upset about Buddy leaving, but Emily's like, Buddy, he's a grown man and Santa isn't real. In which case, Santa flies through the air and suddenly they both see him and cue the song, There Is a Santa Claus. So they now believe in Santa, and they go to Walter's office to try help him with like the new kids book and be like, Buddy's gone. And it just so happens that at Walter's office, Greenway, the boss, is there. So the guy who's playing Santa Claus. And so Walter, he's like really struggling with his pitch to Greenway, but then Buddy actually shows up. And he's like, oh no, I'm going to save the day. You should do a story of Buddy the Elf. The musical. Amazing. And so it's the song that they sing is The Story of Buddy the Elf. Greenway loves it. And he's like, but actually, can we not make it an elf? Can we make it a horse?
Seriously?
I can hear Paige Thomas being like, yeah! But our friend Paige loves horses.
Does she? I don't know much
yeah,
about.
she loves horses.
Okay. I didn't know that.
He's like, I want it to be a horse. And they were like, no, don't fix what's not broken. They don't say that, but that's what he's trying to do. So he asked Walter to work on this new story pretty much overnight, keep in mind it's Christmas Eve, and through the next day.
Lame.
But Walter says no.
Get it, Walter.
Which also, keep in mind, Michael and Emily both asked for quality time with Walter. In their Christmas letter, and they just saw Santa, and now they're getting quality time with Walter, and he's like, no, it won't work. So yay, shining light on Walter, he's a changed man. And so Greenway, he's pissy, and he pretty much leaves, Walter quits, and he leaves because he has a quick change into Santa. The quickest quick change in the entire world. I mean, not the quickest,
doubtful.
but it's pretty quick. I just turned to get my wine to realize it's in my hand. So he has this epic quick change. And the fam, like, they tell Buddy that Santa's sleigh they saw it and they think it's crashed. Well, it did crash. So they run out. They find out it crashed because of the lack of Christmas spirit. And who's sitting there but Santa, who is lamenting with a reprise of Nobody Cares About Santa Claus.
Aww.
So Act 2 is all reprises. Reprises? How do you...
Reprise?
I say reprise. I actually only really say reprise because in Ugly Betty, the little brother goes, reprise! Or not the little brother, the son. He's like, reprise! And so I started calling him reprise, thinking that's how you pronounced it.
Stop.
So yeah, so he's lamenting with Nobody Cares About Santa Claus. Another reprise. And so Buddy, he's trying to help, but he sees, he sees a camera. No, not yet. He sees a camera and a news crew nearby, so he takes the mic and he pretty much begs all of New York to sing and spread Christmas cheer and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, he does it, not
He
Jovi?
does it. Yeah, he does it. But it's like convincing, right? He's like, get Santa's sleigh to fly again. Sing wherever you are.
Oh,
It's kind of like
Jovi.
weird.
Okay.
But Jovi does play a part because she is a bystander and she starts to lead Let's Sing a Christmas Song.
Okay.
The reprise.
Okay. Reprise.
It's like, let's sing a Christmas song. And so all the witnesses start to sing, and then they all see the sleigh fly again.
Oh,
I
when they
know,
all believe in...
right?
Why do you gotta see the sleigh fly to believe in Santa, y'all?
Sometimes seeing is believing, but that's not the point.
Right.
Anyways, so Buddy, actually, this is bringing back what I was talking about earlier, the foreshadowing. Buddy goes to her, he's like, I thought you were mad at me. And she's like, I was mad, but you made it snow. Because of the snow globe.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to, like, gag.
Wait.
Vomit Christmas,
excuse
right?
me. I'm gonna go... Oh, just you sleep and jiggly too.
Chelsea's, like, falling asleep in the bed right now.
I'm right here. Cuddling my keys.
She's kidding. So, anyway, Santa's like, Buddy, come back to the North Pole with me. We need your Christmas cheer. And he's like, no, I feel like I belong here. There's a lot of, like, there's an overarching sense of belonging in this musical.
Well, yeah, he, doesn't know who he is and, like, where he's from.
So, that's pretty much that's, the show doesn't end there, but that's the end of the story, because then it goes back to Santa, who's been telling the story, and he ends, and that's the story of Buddy the Elf. And the end of it really comes in the song, like at the end of a Christmas song, and he closes the storybook, and the story is the book that saved Walter's career, which is the story of Buddy the Elf. Mm-hmm. It starts like the finale pretty soon after, and Santa goes to the door to find that Michael and Emily and Walter are all in the North Pole, and so are Buddy and Jovi, and because they've been celebrating Christmas every year with Santa. Mm-hmm. After all of this, and Buddy and Jovi bring Buddy Hobbs, the baby.
No,
and
in the movie, it is not a boy.
It
is a girl.
It's Susie in
Her
the
name's
movie.
Susie.
Yeah, so they bring Buddy Hobbs, the boy. I know, right?
Why can't it be Susie? Susie's
I don't know,
adorable.
but I still because Jovi's had such. Oh, stinky.
Buddy.
Jovi is she's such a secondary character in this. It's so sad. But she's also the one who has to teach a grown man what sex is.
I've got a wife, and I'm singing. And we did a special kind of hug I'd never heard about before. When it was over, I was singing. And now we've got a kid, so I'm singing.
Oh my god.
So it's a hug.
Oh my god.
He learned a new kind of hug that made him sing. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, Jovi explained that way. He says something. He says the body loves a Christmas song later in the song, and I'm like, wink, 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 wink.
Oh my!
He loves a Christmas song. Anyways, in the middle, in the finale, usually it's like, okay, now we're done singing. It was a great musical. Thanks, bye.
Yeah.
No, they do another dance break.
Really?
There's a big old epic dance break in the middle of the finale. Yep.
Oh my gosh.
In the end of the finale. And the kind of a lesson, I think the takeaway from this musical, so that's the end. The takeaway of this musical is kind of like, Christmas never gets in the way. There's always time for family. You always belong with your family.
Yeah.
And which is kind of the moral in the hour and 15 minutes of this musical.
I mean, that's kind of the takeaway from the movie version too, I guess. That should be, I guess that's the Christmas spirit.
The Christmas spirit.
What's your Christmas spirits. What spirits are we?
Here's some Christmas spirits for you.
Spirits,
You know what? Miracle Pop-Up really should have rolled with that one.
right?
Yeah.
Christmas spirits. Okay, Emily,
Yeah.
I want to know, when did you know that Santa?
I
When
feel
did
like
you
no
know?
children should be listening to this at this point.
If you have children listening, this is a warning. We're about to talk about stuff that maybe they don't want
We're
to
talking
hear.
about adult stuff.
When did you know that Santa wasn't real?
So
Because I believe in Santa, but when did you know? Like, for real.
my personality type is a 9, so I'm
What does that mean?
that means I'm a peacemaker
Aww.
with an 8 wing, so I'm also a challenger. But shocking. So I see things kind of like from all perspectives, and it also means I don't like to be wrong.
Oh my god, I
So
think
I
we're the
used
same
to tell
person.
people, no, we were born on the same day.
Oh, yep.
I literally would tell people, I mean, even if his Santa isn't real, he was a real person. And because because it's based off of like a real
Yeah.
person's good deeds and blah, blah, blah. Well, the Santa stories that I've heard.
That's cute.
I
never
think it
thought
was
about it like that.
I think it was 6th grade. So I was 11 was when it was like point blank spelled out
Yeah.
that our social studies teacher in Weddington, North Carolina, that was my first middle school of 3. I went to 3 middle schools. Was literally like, yeah, and then Santa, who isn't real, you guys know he's not real, and then just continued on. And I think
Rude.
the room kind of went. That was our first time ever experiencing like the tension in the room being able to be cut with a knife. I just never said anything to my parents. I don't think I said anything until we had moved to Illinois the next year. So my second middle school. This is before England, which was the 3rd middle school. I think like I told my mom the following Christmas. And so she's like, how long have you known? I was like, a long time. That was me. How about you?
So I was like 9, and I don't remember. Somebody brought it up, I'm sure. A friend or something, like, made fun of me for believing. And I went to my mom, and I was like, because I was a very, very, like, I believed everything my mother told me. Because she was my best friend, and, like, love my mom. And so I went to her, and I was like, Mom, is Santa not real? And she said, what do you believe? I remember this. This was in the kitchen. She was making cookies. And I was like, oh, well, if I don't believe in him, he won't bring me presents. And she's like, okay, there's your answer. There's your answer. I was like, oh, okay. All right, cool. So like a year later, I come back and I'm like, Mom, Santa's not real, right? I'm like, I'm 10. I'm a big kid now, right?
Double digits.
Double digits, yo. 5th grade. Tell me now. Santa's not real, right? She's like,
What do you
Santa's
believe?
real in your heart. Like, all right, you guys are Santa, right? She's like, yeah, we are. But don't tell your little sister because that'll ruin it. I'm like, oh, okay. Can I be Santa? She's like, yeah. So from there on out, I was both the Tooth Fairy and Santa for my little sister. And it was baller, y'all.
Is that all?
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
So Merry Christmas.
yeah, Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah is like on the 26th or 27th.
Happy whatever
Kwanzaa.
you celebrate. If you celebrate winter holidays.
Hanukkah it starts on the 23rd, which is not very often that Hanukkah and Christmas actually line up. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Christmas.
When I was in Atlanta, we used to celebrate Hanukkah with our neighbors.
Really?
And they come over for Christmas.
Oh, that's really sweet.
If you are in Houston area, you can go see Elf the Musical in IRL, in real life. That was a youth term I just used. Did you like it?
So go see Elf the Musical.
Go see it. It closes on December 22nd. It is directed and choreographed by our man
Dan Knatchers.
Yes. So definitely go check that out. It's at playing at the Hobby Center in downtown Houston on Bagby Street, as I said, until the 22nd. If you would like to follow us, you can check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Wines and Dolls. You can also check out our Patreon at www.patreon.com/winesandolls. We have like a $2 tier. You can get in our Facebook group. We'll be opening up some question and answer sessions. We have a lot of interviews lined up in coming episodes, and we're hoping to do like Facebook Lives with those people so you can ask them questions with
Yeah.
some industry heroes. The Out at Tuts performance is actually the same day this comes out. So if you want to come see us, come hang out with us and hang out with Regina of the Broadsway, you can go to Out at Tuts on Thursday, December 19th. The show is at 7:30. The
Out at
after
Tuts is
party
after the
starts
show.
around
9:30,
10 o'clock.
Yeah, I'll
It's like
probably
an
be there.
open mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. Music by Kirkwood Music Services.
Yeah.
So follow us, check us out. You can check us out on Spotify now. So go do a download, write a review. Only nice reviews.
Only nice ones. 5 stars only, y'all.
I know we're a little.
We're literally we just like talking about musicals
Same
and
as a day.
and drinking.
Yeah. And with that, I don't even know how we sign this off.
I'm Chelsea,
I'm Emily.
and this
This
is Wines and Dolls.
Bye.